There comes a moment in every person's life when emotions become too heavy to carry. The pain, the disappointment, the betrayal, the loneliness, the overthinking, the anger. And most people let those emotions control their future. They stop working. They stop dreaming. They stop believing. They become weak not because life is hard, but because their emotions become stronger than their discipline. But Sigma minds are different. A Sigma does not ignore emotions because he is heartless. He controls emotions because he understands something dangerous. Temporary emotions can destroy permanent goals. That is why Sigma rule number 4 is simple. No emotions, just focus. Not because feelings don't exist, but because success demands control. The world does not reward emotional breakdowns. It rewards execution. It rewards discipline. It rewards consistency. And the moment you learn to focus while everyone else is drowning in emotions, you become unstoppable. Most people wake up controlled by feelings. If they feel motivated, they work. If they feel sad, they quit. If they feel tired, they delay. If they feel rejected, they collapse. If they feel scared, they stop moving. Their entire life depends on mood. And moods are dangerous. Because moods change every hour. One bad comment ruins their confidence. One rejection destroys their self-worth. One failure convinces them to give up. That is not strength. That is emotional slavery. A Sigma refuses to become a slave to emotions. He understands that feelings are temporary. But goals require permanence. He knows discipline must become stronger than emotion. Because emotions say, rest today. Quit now. It hurts too much. You can start tomorrow. Maybe you're not good enough. But focus says, keep going. That is the difference. The average person listens to feelings. The Sigma listens to purpose. Understand this carefully. Your emotions are not always telling you the truth. Sometimes sadness lies to you. Sometimes fear lies to you. Sometimes insecurity lies to you. Sometimes anger blinds you. And if you make decisions while emotional, you destroy your future with temporary thinking. How many people ruined relationships because of anger? How many destroyed opportunities because of ego? How many quit dreams because of fear? How many wasted years because they felt unlucky? Emotions are powerful. But uncontrolled emotions are dangerous weapons pointed at your own future. Sigma minds understand emotional control is a superpower. Not emotional suppression. Control. There is a difference. Suppression means pretending nothing hurts. Control means feeling the pain, but still moving forward. A Sigma feels pain deeply. But he refuses to let pain stop him. That is real power. Look at the strongest people in the world. Athletes. Entrepreneurs. Warriors. Leaders. Do you think they succeed because life is easy? No. They succeed because they learned how to perform under pressure. While others panic, they focus. While others complain, they execute. While others become emotional, they stay calm. That calmness creates power. Because panic destroys clarity. Focus creates clarity. And clarity creates results. The world today is designed to distract you emotionally. Social media controls your emotions. News controls your emotions. People manipulate your emotions. Relationships drain your emotions. Everywhere you look, something is fighting for your attention. Why? Because distracted people are weak people. A focused mind is dangerous. A person who cannot be emotionally manipulated becomes impossible to control. That is why Sigma individuals protect their peace like a weapon. They stay silent more. They react less. They observe carefully. They stop explaining themselves to everyone. Because they know energy is limited. And wasting emotional energy on meaningless things destroys focus. You don't need revenge. You need results. Read that again. Most people waste years trying to prove themselves to people who never cared about them. They become emotional after betrayal. Emotional after rejection. Emotional after disrespect. And instead of building themselves, they spend all their energy reacting. That reaction destroys growth. A Sigma understands something important. The greatest revenge is transformation. Not arguments. Not drama. Not emotional speeches. Transformation. Silence. Discipline. Focus. Growth. That is Sigma energy. When people doubt him, he works harder. When people leave him, he becomes stronger. When people betray him, he becomes wiser. Pain becomes fuel. That is why Sigma people often rise alone. Because isolation teaches focus. Loneliness changes people. Most people fear being alone because silence forces them to face themselves. No distractions. No validation. No fake attention. Just reality. And reality is uncomfortable. But Sigma individuals grow in isolation. While others party, they plan. While others chase attention, they build skill. While others seek approval, they improve themselves. That is why the world notices them later. Because while everyone was distracted emotionally, the Sigma was focused quietly. Success loves silence. The loudest people are rarely the strongest. Real power moves quietly. A lion does not announce every step before hunting. It focuses. No emotions, just focus, does not mean becoming cold. It means becoming disciplined. There will be days when your heart breaks. Still work. There will be days when you feel exhausted. Still work. There will be days when nobody believes in you. Still work. There will be days when life feels unfair. Still work. Because winners are not created during easy moments. They are created during painful moments. Anyone can smile when life is perfect. But can you stay focused when life hurts? That is the real test. Most people are addicted to emotional comfort. They want motivation before action. They want confidence before effort. They want guarantees before risk. But life doesn't work that way. You build confidence through action. You build strength through struggle. You build focus through discipline. Not emotions. Feelings are unreliable. Focus is reliable. A focused person will outperform a talented emotional person almost every time. Because consistency beats intensity. Small disciplined actions repeated daily become unstoppable power. That is why Sigma individuals create routines. Not because routines are exciting. Because routines eliminate emotional decision-making. Wake up. Work. Improve. Repeat. No excuses. No drama. No emotional dependency. Just progress. One of the most dangerous things in life is emotional attachment to outcomes. People become emotionally destroyed because they expect life to go exactly as planned. But reality is unpredictable. Sometimes you lose. Sometimes you fail. Sometimes people leave. Sometimes plans collapse. A Sigma understands this. That is why he stays emotionally detached from outcomes but deeply committed to effort. He cannot control everything. But he can control his focus. That mindset creates inner peace. Because peace does not come from perfect results. Peace comes from knowing you gave everything you had. The truth is, Nobody is coming to save you. Not your friends. Not society. Not luck. At some point, you must save yourself. And that requires emotional maturity. You cannot keep collapsing every time life becomes difficult. You cannot keep depending on validation. You cannot keep needing constant encouragement. Because the world becomes brutal when you chase greatness. People will misunderstand you. People will doubt you. People will underestimate you. Focus anyway. Your mission matters more than their opinions. A Sigma mindset is dangerous because it removes emotional weakness from decision-making. Imagine how powerful you become when you stop reacting emotionally. You stop seeking approval. You stop overthinking criticism. You stop explaining yourself. You stop chasing attention. Suddenly your energy returns. And when all that energy becomes focused on one mission, your life changes. Focus is rare now. Everyone is distracted. That is why focused people dominate. 1 hour of deep focus is more powerful than 10 hours of emotional confusion. The biggest battle is always inside your mind. Not outside. Outside challenges are temporary. But internal chaos destroys people slowly. Fear. Doubt. Jealousy. Overthinking. Anger. These invisible enemies quietly destroy potential. That is why mental discipline matters more than motivation. A Sigma trains the mind daily. He learns emotional control. He learns patience. He learns silence. He learns restraint. Because reacting emotionally to everything makes you predictable. Calmness makes you powerful. The calmer you become, the clearer you think. The clearer you think, the stronger your decisions become. There is a reason highly successful people protect their time aggressively. Because focus creates results. Every distraction steals part of your future. Every unnecessary argument steals energy. Every toxic relationship steals peace. Every emotional breakdown steals momentum. Eventually you realize, protecting your focus is protecting your future. That means saying no more often. That means walking away from chaos. That means choosing discipline over temporary pleasure. And yes, sometimes it means walking alone. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. The Sigma path is not glamorous. It is painful. You sacrifice comfort. You sacrifice popularity. You sacrifice emotional dependency. But in return, you gain freedom. Freedom from validation. Freedom from distraction. Freedom from emotional chaos. And freedom is priceless. Most people live emotionally controlled lives forever. They never master themselves. But self-mastery changes everything. When you control your emotions, you control your actions. When you control your actions, you control your future. There will always be people who misunderstand your silence. Let them. Silence is not weakness. Sometimes silence means focus. Not every battle deserves your attention. Not every insult deserves a reaction. Not every opinion deserves emotional energy. A Sigma chooses battles carefully. Because he understands energy is currency. And wasting emotional energy on meaningless people is expensive. The strongest version of yourself is waiting on the other side of discipline. Not comfort. Discipline wakes you up early. Discipline trains when tired. Discipline works without applause. Discipline continues after failure. That is why discipline creates freedom. Emotion says, I don't feel like it. Focus says, do it anyway. And those 3 words separate winners from dreamers. Do it anyway. The world respects results. Not excuses. Nobody cares how tired you were. Nobody cares how emotional you felt. Nobody cares how unfair life seemed. Results speak louder than feelings. That may sound harsh, but understanding this gives you power. Because once you stop waiting for perfect emotions, you start taking action consistently. And consistency changes lives. Many people destroy their future because they react too quickly emotionally. They quit jobs emotionally. They end relationships emotionally. They waste opportunities emotionally. Emotional decisions often create lifelong regret. A Sigma slows down emotionally. He thinks before reacting. Because calm minds make better decisions. Emotional intelligence is not weakness. It is strategic strength. The ability to remain calm under pressure gives you advantage over almost everyone. You must learn how to suffer silently sometimes. Not because asking for help is weak, but because constant complaining weakens the mind. Every challenge in life teaches something. Pain teaches resilience. Failure teaches wisdom. Loneliness teaches independence. Rejection teaches self-respect. A Sigma learns from pain instead of becoming pain. That is why difficult experiences often create powerful people. One day people will ask how you became so strong. They will see the confidence, the discipline, the calmness, the success. But they will never fully understand the sacrifices, the sleepless nights, the silent struggles, the emotional battles nobody saw. Because greatness is built privately before it is seen publicly. Focus happens in silence. If you want to become dangerous in life, master these things. Master your emotions. Master your habits. Master your focus. Master your reactions. Because once you stop being controlled emotionally, you become difficult to break. The world can attack your situation, but it cannot destroy a disciplined mind. Never let temporary emotions make permanent decisions. One bad moment can ruin years of progress if you lose control. Stay calm. Think clearly. Focus on the long game. A Sigma always thinks long-term. Temporary pleasure means nothing compared to long-term success. That is why discipline often feels painful now but rewarding later. While emotional decisions feel good now but painful later. Choose wisely. There is power in emotional detachment. Not coldness. Detachment. The ability to stay calm regardless of outcomes. If people support you, keep working. If people doubt you, keep working. If life becomes difficult, keep working. Your mission cannot depend on emotional conditions. Because life will never be emotionally perfect. There will always be problems. Focus anyway. Most people spend too much time trying to look successful. Sigma individuals spend time becoming successful. That is the difference. One seeks attention. The other seeks growth. One wants applause. The other wants mastery. Mastery requires obsession. And obsession requires focus. The scary truth is this. You are becoming whatever you repeatedly focus on. Focus on negativity, and your life becomes heavy. Focus on excuses, and your life becomes weak. Focus on distractions, and your future disappears. But focus on growth. And everything changes. Your mindset changes. Your habits change. Your confidence changes. Your future changes. Focus shapes identity. A Sigma does not chase motivation every day. He builds systems. Because motivation is temporary. Systems create consistency. When you build disciplined habits, emotions lose control over your actions. That is real freedom. Wake up and work regardless of mood. That mindset alone can change your life. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is remain calm. Calm during chaos. Calm during pressure. Calm during disrespect. Calm during uncertainty. Because emotional reactions give power away. Calmness keeps power within you. That is why silence often intimidates people more than anger. Controlled energy is dangerous. You must become addicted to improvement. Not attention. Not validation. Improvement. Every day ask yourself, did I become stronger today? Did I become wiser today? Did I become more disciplined today? That is the Sigma mentality. Constant evolution. Life becomes different when your goals become bigger than your emotions. At that point, distractions lose power. Drama loses importance. Validation becomes meaningless. Because purpose takes over. And people with purpose become unstoppable. Remember this forever. Weak minds react emotionally. Strong minds respond strategically. There is always a difference. Reaction is instant. Response is controlled. Reaction is emotional. Response is intelligent. Reaction destroys. Response builds. Choose responses. The road to greatness is lonely sometimes. Not because you are cursed, but because focused people become rare. Most people choose comfort. Few choose growth. And growth requires sacrifice. That is why Sigma individuals often walk alone temporarily. But temporary loneliness is better than permanent mediocrity. One day your discipline will speak for you. Not your words. Not your emotions. Your results. People will see the transformation. The confidence. The focus. The strength. The success. And they will think it happened overnight. But you will know the truth. It happened during silent nights. It happened during painful mornings. It happened when nobody supported you. It happened when emotions tried to destroy you. But you stayed focused. So when life becomes difficult, do not panic. Focus. When emotions become overwhelming, focus. When people doubt you, focus. When loneliness hurts, focus. When failure happens, focus. Because every great transformation begins the moment emotions stop controlling your direction. And the moment you fully master your mind, you become unstoppable. No emotions, just focus. Not because feelings don't matter, but because your future matters more.